On a hot November afternoon, water polo fans filled every seat at UCLA's Spiker Aquatic Center to cheer on their teams in a battle for first between number 1 ranked UCLA and number 2 Pacific, the only two teams who remained undefeated in conference play. Pacific, wearing the white caps, was the first to get a point on the board, with Ben Stevenson scoring during a power play with 6:13 remaining in the period. The rest of the first was a fight between offenses and defenses, with a tied game until Max Irving of UCLA scored with 1:08 left on the clock, moving the Bruins into a 3-2 lead over the Tigers. 2 minutes into the second period, Christian Lakovics tied the game for Pacific, but the period would belong to Garrett Danner of UCLA, who recorded many of his 12 saves and 4 steals during the second. With 2:16 left on the clock, Alex Rolse scored for the Bruins, giving UCLA a 5-3 lead over Pacific heading into halftime. Both defenses came back from the break recharged, with neither side scoring until a Bruins goal by Irving, with 4:19 left in the period. The Bruins kept the Tigers scoreless through the third, with a power play rejection by Danner as the match entered the fourth with a score of 8-3. 30 seconds into the final period, Ryder Roberts scored a hat trick for UCLA, increasing the lead to 9-3. Halfway through the fourth, Devin Thumwood of Pacific scored on a power play to cut the Bruins' lead in half. Anthony DeBow of UCLA responded with 3:15 left in the game, as he scored from the front court, securing the final goal. With this win, UCLA retained their undefeated status and reached 25 consecutive wins, the second longest winning record in the program's history, with a school record of 50 wins between 1964 and 1968.
We knew coming into this game that we were playing a very good team in UOP. They play a little bit different style than some of the other teams that we had seen over the past couple weeks. So it took a lot of preparation to prepare for them, because they're very disciplined and they're very good at what they do.
Really, we just try to stay away from that, thinking about that, being undefeated. We know that if we play our game and take everything one game at a time, we'll be in a good position then. So we try to stay away from thinking about being undefeated and knowing this is a huge game, just keeping it going.
We were just trying to come out and play our game, UCLA water polo. We didn't really try to focus on what they were doing too much. Like, we prepared for it a little bit throughout the week, but we just knew if we would stay with our game plan throughout the course of the game, that we'd put ourselves in a position to have our opportunities and put in a position to win the game.
It's so much easier to do my job when my team plays great defense, and that's exactly what they did this whole game.
Our centers were doing a really good job of holding good deep position, and there were good drives going, which really opened us up out on the outside.